Hello! In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to use analog output using the technique of pulse width modulation to fade an LED using the MSP430 G2 launchpad with Energia. PWM is a technique for getting an analog-like behavior from a digital output by switching it off and on very fast. For this example, you can either use an external LED or one of the onboard LEDs of the launchpad. If you wish to use an external LED, you can rig up a simple circuit using a resistor and LED connected to the launchpad as shown in the previous tutorials. Connect the anode, the longer positive leg of your LED, to an output pin on your launchpad through a 220 ohm resistor. Connect the cathode, the shorter negative leg, directly to ground. For this example, we can simply use the onboard LED that comes with the launchpad. Now let's get started with fading our LED. First, plug your launchpad to your computer over USB. Next, let's open up Energia. We will import an existing code example by going to File, Examples, Analog, Fading. In the code example, we can see that we have a setup and loop portion. In setup, we can initialize our LED pin variable to pin 14, the green LED on our launchpad. That's all we need to do in setup this time. Moving to the loop section, we can fade an LED at varying brightness levels between on and off with the help of a function called analog write. The analog write function helps us create something called a PWM signal. A PWM signal is a simple square wave with a fixed frequency. However, we can use the analog write function to change the duty cycle of this fixed frequency signal. This means we can change how long the signal is on versus off. The analog write function accepts two parameters. The first parameter tells the function which pin to write to. The second parameter indicates the value to write. This value can be anywhere between 0 and 255, representing a duty cycle between 0 and 100% of our PWM signal. By changing the duty cycle of our PWM signal, we're effectively creating an average output voltage at the pin. Along with pin 14, the other pins which can be used with analog write function are shown in this hardware pin mapping guide. In the code, we're going to create the fading effect on our launchpad by using a for loop to modify the second parameter of our analog write function, which determines the duty cycle of the generated PWM signal. We will gradually change the fade value variable from 0, which is all the way off, to 255, which is all the way on, by increments of 5. We'll add a short delay to see the brightening effect. Now, once the brightness level reaches the max of 255, we will use another for loop to start decrementing brightness by 5 until it reaches 0. Once again, add a short delay to see the dimming effect. And that's it! Press the Verified and Download button and watch your LED fade using PWM.